Just
We
getting.
are live.
Oh yeah, we're just getting started.
You guys know how much I love going live. I do this every day.
It's
Some
awesome,
people,
right?
some people are scared to go live. I'm like, fuck it,
Nah,
just do it.
there's no scared on this side of the
Let me take this.
aisle.
I leave the phone. I need the phone. Hello.
Awesome. I'm wearing the picture. Very cool.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Rob made me a little drink, and you guys know how I get when I have a little sip.
Little sip.
I really don't drink much. Not my thing. But when we go live on the pod, I feel like
It's a special occasion.
it's a special occasion.
It's a special occasion.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm definitely a tequila girl.
Oh yeah, tequila fucks.
Tequila fucks. So exciting. All right, we're just
Awesome,
going to post
awesome.
up a link for everybody to come join.
Yeah, we're working on a little
We're going
something
to
for
post a
you
little
guys.
link.
Thanks for joining. We're gonna get started in un momento, in one moment. Just getting some things together for y'all.
While you post that, I will chat to our peeps. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the podcast, guys. I'm Sasha Prendes,
Oh yeah.
and we're just getting this party started. We have a really fun conversation for y'all today. It's going to be interesting. Something that we've like briefly touched on, but we haven't like really dove into. And I think it's just modern relationships and what the fuck that even means.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because everyone's like, oh, modern relationships. What does that even mean? Well, you know, it means kind of whatever you want it to mean. Yeah.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Well, cheers to our
Cheers. Welcome
first
back,
live
Sasha.
episode
First live
together.
episode.
Together in 2026. Welcome, everybody. Hi, I'm Sasha.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. Welcome to the show. We're just getting started now, so give us 1 second as we are just uploading. See if you like. What do you think about that one right there?
Oh, I love that. Oh, special guest, Sasha Prendes.
Special guest Sasha
I
Prendes
love it.
on the show.
I love it.
Just gonna add this real quick onto the.
Oh, it's moving a little bit. Is that meant to move? The camera?
I think we. Oh wait. Hold on.
Just want to make sure that the
No,
camera.
that was before actually.
Oh, okay.
There
I
we
was
go.
like,
Now
whoa.
we're good.
Okay, we're locked in.
Now we're good. Give us 1 second. Just setting up here. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're going to get into some great topics tonight. Just bear with us 1 second as we get set up.
I am so excited because literally my first episode with you guys was last January.
Yeah, time flies.
It's
I can't believe that was
insane,
already
right?
a year ago.
Like it's been a year.
Time flies. It
I
goes
feel
by
like
so quick.
We all look so much hotter than we did last year. I just got to put that out there. Everyone's been putting in the work.
Damn right.
Telling
Damn
you 2025 was the year of like rebuild. It was rebuilding and it was growth, you know?
Oh no, 100%. I mean, we've been hitting the gym hard, focusing on dieting. You know, we work out hard 3 days a week. Me and Nando have been in the gym together for years. So
Oh, I see the
100%.
gains. I see the gains. You guys did a video the other day with sleeveless shirts on.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah. I was like, okay. Because, you know, we were chatting last year, like, what should guys do? And I was like, get fit. Like, my favorite thing is like fit arms, chest, and shoulders. Like, that really is like my favorite thing. I like a strong upper body for sure.
I feel like the first two things you notice is how somebody looks and how they smell.
Yep. How you look and how you smell.
That's right.
And when you smell good, that gives off the vibe that you've got good hygiene. And that's what we like. We need that. We want to give off good hygiene vibes. Takes care of himself, right? That's the energy.
We're going to be
Exactly.
doing some fragrance reviews towards the end of this live. So stick around for that. Sasha brought some of her own fragrances that she sells on her TikTok shop. So
Yes. I'm so excited. I brought 6 of my favorite men's fragrances. So I'm going to do a little live review for you guys. So definitely stick around because they're gorgeous and super affordable. And that I think is the new thing for 2026 too, is affordable luxury. Everything is so expensive.
Yeah, you don't. When it comes to fragrances, you really don't have to spend $400 on Creative Ventus to smell good.
Yeah, like you used to. You used to because there weren't other options. But now we have these new companies out. One of my biggest clients is an American company, and they do incredible fragrances for men and women. And I brought a few for y'all today. So we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to get it poppin'.
We're going to have a ton of fun.
All right, are you ready?
Thanks for you guys' patience. Almost ready to go. Giving actually some of you guys a chance to log in.
Oh, yeah. We'll let everybody
And
join.
Just giving me one quick second to make a quick post here. Thank you guys for coming in. The podcast guys, we have special guest Sasha Prendes on the show. So if you have any questions, feel free to super chat them in. Subscribe to the channel. We're on multiple social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Facebook, Spotify, Threads, and X. The podcast guys _ or the podcast guys 5 on X. And why don't we go ahead? I'm going to be doing this here real quick, but why don't we go ahead and have Sasha introduce herself?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you guys. Happy New Year. My name is Sasha Prendes. I am a singer and TikTok shop live streamer. I've been making music for well over 15 years now. I have a new album coming out this year. I do a lot of health and wellness and beauty on TikTok. So you guys are welcome to follow me on every platform, including YouTube. And I'm just happy to be back here and giving my 2 cents with these guys.
Heck yeah. Welcome back. Why don't you go ahead and drop a little bit of information on a little bit more about your businesses, what you have going on, singer, TikTok shop. What do you got going on, and where can the people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me under my name, Sasha Prendes with an S. And specifically with TikTok shop, we're actually looking for some new creators. I'm looking to expand the team. So if anybody watching today is interested, shoot me a message on TikTok because I am looking for some people who want to get in the game. Live shopping is going to take off this year. Like, it is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's one of those things where you want to get on that train now before it becomes completely oversaturated. So if you guys are looking to become, and same for you guys, if you guys want to get involved with some TikTok opportunities, I have room for y'all. I'm looking for some new creators.
Love it. We're down. We're on TikTok, so we love it. We want to help you and be able to participate in these opportunities. So nothing better than being able to collaborate with Sasha. Great to have you back. I think this is probably the 5th or 6th time. I've lost count because they've all been phenomenal. So we're very excited, and we're excited for this live tonight. We have some people joining us, going to be coming in throughout the chat. So we're pumped.
I'm excited. Okay. I'm ready.
So Rob, why don't you go ahead, start with the first question?
Yeah, so we just actually had an hour-long pre-record a moment ago where we discussed the future of dating in 2026. It's a new year. We're in the first month of the year. So my first question for you, Sasha, is like, what dating trends do you see changing in 2026? Are people kind of shying away from the stereotypical monogamous traditional relationship? What's changing in dating?
I think the trend for 2026 is going to be open relationships and also monogamish relationships.
Monogamish, what's that?
Yes. Monogamish is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's like monogamous, but ish. There's an ish to it. There's an open end to it. And that open end is to be defined by the people in the relationship. I think that's going to be like the new thing this year.
Now, you mentioned an app earlier where people get into a relationship, but they're, it's like an open dating type of relationship, open relationship type of app. Can you get into that a little bit?
Totally. So my dear friend Oiku is the co-founder of this new dating app called Date Beyond. And they have an option on there for monogamish, which is definitely her term. And I was like, this is so cool. Like, I love this because you have so many people who are in loving relationships and they sometimes explore, whether it's emotionally, sexually, they kind of are expanding their horizons and they're redefining what a relationship looks like. And so I think having that as an option, when you're putting like what you're looking for, monogamy, open relationship, just friends, having monogamish, I think is also really interesting and a cool option, and you can meet other people who are also looking for something like that.
So why do you think we're seeing this growing trend of open relationships? People are finally starting to open up to that idea of like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, but I do want that freedom of seeing other people. Where does that come from? What are people missing in a monogamous relationship?
I think so much of this openness is coming from a lack of honesty in monogamy. I feel like what's been the verdict all last year? I mean, every podcast was saying it, right? Like all men cheat. It's biological. It's what it is. Okay. Or like all women cheat. They're just better at hiding it, right? You're getting all of this information, and people are having this, experience. People are living through cheating, are living through divorce and marriage and all these things. And I'm like, I wonder if just kind of breaking away from traditional monogamy, traditional rules and boundaries, there's a lot of guilt and shame involved in there too. I think people are just kind of expanding their horizons and exploring other options. Like, can you be in love with more than one person? Some people may say no, some people may say yes. How can you keep your man from cheating? What if we had a little bit more of an open mind? What if it's not cheating, if it's done ethically because we talked about it before you did it? What if it was okay with your partner for you to go see somebody just because it's different? We talk about reasons why men and women cheat. A lot of it comes from like women feel like they're not getting what they need in the relationship, so they cheat. And then men don't necessarily cheat with anybody better than their girl. They usually cheat just because it's different and they want some sort of variety, right? We have different brains. We're wired so differently. So I think now that we have a little bit better understanding of who we are, and there's so much science out there to support why men and women do certain behaviors and certain things, this concept of an open relationship is actually really interesting. And I think that, you have to be solid with your partner before you can call it an open relationship, I think.
Right. And it's got to be something that both people are down for. You have to communicate that early on, because some people might be too jealous or possessive to even go that route. Right. But yeah.
I agree. I think that jealousy, because I have felt jealous so many times, and it has reminded me that I clearly have other things to work on, right? Like if you feel jealous, what does that bring up in you? That brings up feelings of inadequacy. That brings up feelings of just not being good enough, right? Yeah. Brings up past trauma, past hurt. So I'm here going like, well, if I'm feeling jealous, I need to really analyze myself. Like, why am I feeling this way? And then I also think too, that there's these impossible standards that people in relationships are having to live up to, right? Like you can't follow any other girls. You can't, you best not like another picture of another woman.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can't do that. And vice versa, right? Like you can't have guy friends. Can't hang out with your guy friends solo dolo when you're in a relationship. I have friends that I've had for 15 years that have been completely and totally platonic. But if I get into a relationship, is my man going to have a problem with that? Right? Obviously, all of this can be solved with communication, but I still think that there are a lot of restrictions and really strict boundaries on relationships. And you have people on every side of the aisle saying like, this is okay, this is not okay, and this is acceptable and this isn't. And so I just feel like the new thing this year is going to be to craft your own relationship and communicate with your partner what it is that you want so that everyone's on the same page. I think having an open relationship and open communication, I think it will completely eliminate cheating.
Yeah, I think one of the problems with traditional dating is exactly that we put so many different rules on it. What's acceptable, what isn't. Boundaries is a huge thing. You hear men and women talking about boundaries, and both people end up just being unhappy because of that relationship. And this is where cheating comes from. This is where the lying comes from, game playing, so on and so forth. So yeah, I could see how people are going to slowly get into more open relationships, even though it's far from traditional. It's not what we're used to, what we were raised to believe, but this is just the world we live in now.
So we mentioned on the pre-recording, guys, check that out. That's going to be out in about 2-3 weeks. We're gonna put that out for you guys. Great episode that we recorded for you with Sasha here, and we discussed, but we want to bring that up again now. An open relationship. Can it be a healthy relationship? Can it really work in a healthy manner? between a man and a woman.
Absolutely. I think it totally could. And this is just me reflecting on my own life because I'm not in an open relationship. I have a lot of friends who are in these relationships. I have a lot of friends who are in open marriages as well. And most of them started out together, having like a honeymoon phase together, and then kind of branched out and expanded their, their opportunities together, which I think is really cool. But I would say, I think if you're not honest in any sort of relationship, then you're fucking it up. You know what I mean? Like I think you can get away with more and you can explore more and get away with things that are not as traditional in an open relationship or in a monogamish relationship. But ultimately it comes down to trust and communication, because if not, then like why be in a relationship at all?
So be straightforward about whether you want an open relationship or whether you want an exclusive one-on-one monogamy type of relationship.
And why do you want an open relationship? What is the purpose for it? You have to kind of look at yourself and be like, is it just because you want to hook up with other people? Or is it just because you have, I don't know. I think so much of it is variety. And people have said, oh, well, women have just been hurt so much in the past that's why they're cool with like polyamorous relationships, or that's why they're cool with, open relationships. And I was like, I think to a certain degree that can be kind of true. Like for me, I know I've been burned, I've been hurt before, and I just feel like maybe I could do an open relationship if that means that like me and my man will have a stronger bond, and then I'm okay with like certain behaviors. You know what I mean? I just feel like, and I'm looking at the chats right now, and the chats are like, if you want to hook up with other people, then just be single. Yeah, but then there's also like emotional relationships, right? There's emotional support. There's like building a life together. And there's some people who just want to like explore sexually and do other things. And I feel like if you've been in a relationship for 20 years, and you're like, oh, well, me and my partner aren't having sex anymore. Or like, there's all these things that happen. You're like, okay, well then why not? Like, why not consider opening it up a little bit?
Well, you were telling us before that open relationships are extremely common amongst married couples.
Yeah.
And where does that come from? Because you've been married for 10 years. The sex is boring. It's mundane. It's routine. And it just, sooner or later, that's just the nature of how it goes. You're going to eventually want some variety, some excitement. You have to bring other people in or try something different.
Yeah. And I kind of think that there's nothing really wrong with that if everyone's on board. I think the whole point about it is that everyone needs to be on board. You can't be like, oh, I'm open, but like my girl stays at home and she can't do anything. Like,
Well, what if you end up creating that open relationship? There's no conflict beforehand. Everything's good. You're going to be open on your end as the woman. Guy's going to be open on his end. Usually guys want to be just open on their end and the woman closed and whatnot. Whatever the case may be, open on both sides, for instance. And then there's conflict that arises within that relationship. How do you handle that? What do you do next when there's conflict involved?
I think when there's conflict involved in the relationship, whether you're in an open or closed relationship, it's the exact same resolution. It's you have to fucking talk about it. You have to talk about it. You have to break it down. You have to understand, why are we having this disagreement? Why does this make me feel this way? Okay, you told me you were going out with this other girl. Okay, that's fine. I was cool with it, but something inside's not feeling right. Like not every relationship is perfect. Not every open relationship is perfect. But I think that at the end of the day, like when you've been with someone for a long time, you have that friendship, you have that bond that needs to be super strong before you even go and explore with other people. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm seeing what Charles is saying here too. If you open, you got to allow her door to swing open as well. Yeah, it's so true. It's like a lot of people have one-sided relationships, or they say like, guys can hook up with whoever they want, but my woman can't. I just feel like that's not fair. And some women truly don't. Like I know a lot of women who are like, I don't want to hook up with anybody else. I don't want to be with other people. But it's like my man does.
Yeah.
And you kind of have this discrepancy. And then what happens is like, oh my God, hi Yasmin. Hello, mama. And then you have like the guy who's like sneaking around because he's not getting what he needs at home. And then it's just like, well, everybody has needs. If you're not going to give your man what he needs, don't be shocked when he goes and finds it somewhere else.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, we're not saying that open relationships are the answer for everyone. In some cases, traditional relationships work for certain people. In other cases, traditional relationships or the idea of monogamy just doesn't work. People that tend to cheat often, they're probably better off in an open relationship.
Do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think there's a problem with one person meeting that person's needs? Can one person ever meet one person's needs with whether it's a woman meeting a man's needs or a man meeting a woman's needs, or do they need many other people to be able to meet their needs in the bedroom, romantically, physically, etc.?
I mean, that's a really hard answer, and I think that's a different answer for everyone, right? Everybody has different needs. Some people are like, I don't need anyone else, or I don't want to be with other people. I can be with my one girl forever. But it's like those people who are like wholeheartedly in love forever, I feel like those people never stopped dating each other, right? Like if you see someone who has a great relationship, it's like they communicate, they travel, they do shit for each other. They still have date night. Like they didn't just get married and then it was like, okay, everything's boring, everything's lame. It's like, routine, mundane, whatever. A lot of people treat marriage, it's like, oh, on this checklist. But I'm like, you're supposed to embark on this journey together and move forward, not like, okay, now I'm going to stay home all the time and get fat and tell you that I want to have sex and expect you to do it for me. And if you don't want to, because I'm doing minimal effort, you're my wife and you have to, right? I just feel like it's such a, marriage has such a negative connotation because a lot of people get married and then just get too comfortable and don't treat their partner the way they did before they got married.
Right.
And that chase is gone. That energy is gone. But nowadays, like, yeah, you get married, but like you can now leave each other. Like the threat of losing that person should always be in the back of your mind. Therefore, if you do commit to someone, you should always treat them with love and respect because you're like, I could literally lose you at any time, especially if you're dating an amazing person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the frustration when it comes from men is that everything's going great in the relationship, sex is happening, romantic, intimate, etc. Then, what it is that men give the relationships. Men bend down on one knee and provide that wedding ring, and they propose marriage. That's the way it goes. So when men do that, they get married, then they're stuck, right? Sexless marriage or minimal sex, things start changing.
Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why is it that when, and I hear this from a lot of men too. They're like, I got married or I moved in with my girl and then we like stopped having sex. Why? Why did that happen? Ladies, in the comments, if you want to tell me, why does that happen?
Absolutely.
And
Ladies
it
in
usually
the
doesn't
comments.
happen until 5 years in. You go through the honeymoon phase. I'm sure most marriages, the first 2 years are fine. It's later on where that starts to happen.
Yeah, it could be, first couple of years, things are okay, things are going normal, and then just kind of things go off the rails. They have kids, things change with that, priorities change, work changes, responsibility changes. But to the ladies out there, and shout out to Yasmin Elzamore in the chat. Thank you for always supporting the
Yasmin?
show. Ladies in general out there, what do you say to that? Because it's, you kind of think of it as being unacceptable for it happening. A guy puts a wedding ring on her finger, gives her the world or provides as much as he can, whether, or not she may be working as well, having her career, etc. But he's the guy taking that whole initiative of creating the marriage and the wedding of her dreams and the life of her dreams, and then she can't even put out every once in a while. What do you say to women that aren't putting out, that should be putting out to keep their man happy and keep him from looking elsewhere for that intimacy and that romance?
I think, someone just commented right now, our new friend Charles, he was like, instead of an outer relationship, it becomes an inner relationship and you can't hide from that. And there's not much room to grow from that. So I feel like certain things need to be established. I think before you move in with someone, I think before you get married to someone, like there has to be some sort of communication. You have to know, what is your reasoning behind getting married? If that, you know what I mean? I see it all too many times and it makes me sad. You know what I mean? So it totally makes me sad.
So there's some guidelines that guys should lay down for that to be, for the most part, prevented or avoid that situation with their woman.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like your relationship has to be strong. I think it's actually a mindset.
Mhm.
People think of marriage as like a checklist, right? Like, okay, now we got married, now we have kids, now we do this, and people don't put their relationship first. They don't put their significant other first. And that sucks because they even say like it should be like your wife, your kids. You know what I mean? Like so many people give talks on like the hierarchy of needs, and it's like you got to make sure that your person's love tank is full. You can't completely neglect your husband because you have 4 kids. That was not what we signed up for.
And that's the problem that guys are having nowadays is that they feel neglected. They feel like they're not enough to their woman, and then they end up looking elsewhere for, more intimacy, someone to have sex with them. I mean, let's keep it real. We're keeping it real in 2026.
Oh, we're keeping it very real.
Yeah.
We're keeping it very real this year. I also feel the same way for like women too. I feel like guys stop trying after they get married. They stop trying to impress her. They stop trying to do nice things for her. They kind of get
Gain
comfortable with, oh my God, gain weight. You know what I mean? Like all of those things. It's true. You can lose attractiveness to each other. And there's a level of comfortability. I feel like maybe the secret to success is to just never get too comfortable. Maybe that's
you can't
what
be
it is.
comfortable. You can't be. I mean, what do you hear from women that you know that are in committed relationships or married, and their guy used to be fit? That's how they met. Things were great, and then he lost his track of staying fit, going to the gym, trying to take care of himself. Overall, everything, hair, taking care of
Everything.
his look, etc.
Grooming, fitness.
Yeah, all
Everything.
that. What's the feedback that you get from their ladies? Do they lose the attraction for their men, or do they still feel the same that they did when they first met him?
I feel like just from what I know, just from like watching like my parents' marriage and like their divorce and like other friends and family that I know, I think there's always going to be love there. You've been through a lot with someone, especially if you've been with someone for many, many years. There's going to be love there. There's going to be a bond there, a friendship. There's trauma. You've bonded. You've gone through some hardships together. I think the love's always going to be there, but I don't think that attraction stays forever if you don't work at it.
I was just having a conversation with a guy roughly my age. He's like 42 years old. He's been married for 15 years, 3 kids, and his wife doesn't have sex with him at all. And I didn't really know what to tell him because I've never been married. I don't know in reality how it really is. But why do you think that happens? Is it a hormonal thing where women have multiple kids and they just lose sex drive or they lose interest in sex? Or that's not really it. It's more they lose attraction in their husband.
I also have friends who've been married for like over 20 years, and this one couple that I'm thinking of in particular, they're both so hot. Like they're in their 50s. They have 5 kids. They have a great sex life. Like they're so hot and like so fun and do things together. And they're like, yeah, we're so excited for our kids to, grow up and stuff. I think we're going to move to Florida. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like
That's fun.
They have
like,
a fun and exciting life.
They have fun and exciting life, and they like go out of their way to like do things together. And I look at them and I'm like, that's how I want to be. Like I want to have someone who like would kill for me and love me forever, and is down to travel and do stuff and stayed fit. I mean, like this man is so hot. He's like in his 50s and he has like the body of a god. Like the guy is a 6-pack, and he's like, look, you got to get there and then you just got to maintain it. You got to get there and you got to maintain it. You cannot put your health to the side. You have to treat your woman like she's still number one. You date your wife forever if you want it to work out, because the second you just start treating her like she's just your maid or that girl that's just supposed to suck your dick every night, then it just becomes very transactional, and like that's not marriage, right? That's not a relationship, and that doesn't feel like love. And I feel like anytime I've been in a long-term relationship, which it's been a while since I've been in a long-term relationship, the moment that I felt like I was being used, it was a very icky feeling. And then you're like, well, I'm ready to go find something new then. Someone who's going to treat me better. Someone who's going to be excited to be around me. And again, none of us have been married for 15, 20 years,
Nope.
but I know people who have and who live a great life. So it's absolutely possible, but it's work and you have to put in the effort. And if you don't, then like, don't be surprised if your relationship starts to fall apart, because the finish line is not when you get married. That is supposed to be the beginning of the next chapter.
Yeah, and you see a lot of those couples on social media. It's usually the active couples that travel and do a lot of things together that keep their relationship going long term. I think where these marriages die is like it's the repetitiveness of it. You gain weight, you become comfortable. There's no excitement
Well, you
anymore.
stop trying.
You walk around in pajamas, you know what I'm saying, and you just lose sexual attraction for each other. And I'm sure a lot of married couples probably get to a point where they even like resent each other. You know what I mean? Like they're married just for the
Oh,
sake of being
yeah.
parents or whatever. But
Or it's too expensive to leave.
yeah, we're too expensive to leave.
And then if you do leave, are you really going to start over at 60?
Yeah, right.
Even though most people, half the world is single.
Yeah.
So you actually do have dating options. But like, are you going to make those same mistakes that you did in your first marriage into the new one?
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people, like, I think I mentioned this before, that second wife energy. You know, I feel like being in my 30s now, I'm dating older guys, and some of them are, have already been married, have already had a life, have already had children, but kind of already done that stuff. And they learn from their mistakes. And then now, like, if they want to get into a new relationship, they're like, I would do things completely different. Or like, I would not let myself go, or I would not put, everything onto her. I would make sure that I carried my own weight and still maintained my friends and my life and still maintained my individuality. Because once you lose that, if the relationship falls apart, you have nothing to fall back on. And that's also really sad. You see people who go through divorce and never bounce back. I'm
Do
sure
you think
guys know
women
people.
generally find it to be a turnoff? If you were to find out a man's recently divorced or he's a single dad, because men complain about it all the time. Don't date single moms. Don't date
Oh
single
yeah,
moms.
guys complain about single moms, but
Is it the same for women? We don't care. Like,
I don't really care. I know plenty of guys who have children, and most of them, they have their life with their kids. They're not like introducing women to their children.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Unless it's like super serious. But I think it's less of an issue with women dating a guy that already has a child, because that man is providing. That man is a provider for their child. That man's a provider for their woman. Like, it ain't nothing but a thing. I think when the roles are reversed and a guy's going to date a single mom, he now knows that like he's also going to be playing a stepdad role and will be providing for her and the child. And I think that's a little bit of a scarier responsibility to take on from the man's side. Whereas like a woman is like, well, I'm just supposed to be kind and there for you and support you while you parent this child.
Mhm.
Versus like, if a man is coming into my life and say I already had kids and I'm a single mom, I'm asking him to step into a very different role with different responsibilities. And those aren't his kids. So I can see why some guys would be like, that's not for me. And I can see why other guys would be like, I'm fine with that. Like, I love her and her kids are amazing. And, I know her story and she's a really good person and like, whatever, I don't care. Like, call me stepdaddy. I'm here for it. I think again, it comes down to what your preference is and what level of responsibility you're willing to take on.
100%.
We have a question. We have East End Taste. Oh my God. Hello.
Easton Taste, shout out to you. We just had you on a couple weeks ago, and that episode will be up on the pod soon. She says, hey guys, so what does someone do when they are just so over it and they are also interested but concerned about a committed emotional connection?
So that's a really good question. And where are some guys who about women who have kids? Yeah, I know. It's a whole thing. Great question, East End Taste. I think when you're just over dating, when you're just over it, and you also at the same time still crave a connection with someone, correct me if I'm wrong in this question, I think it could be really hard because the goals there are different. Like I can tell you, for me, I've been a little burnt out of the dating scene. She's like, I'm over it. I've been a little burnt out of the dating scene myself. I mean, it's a little bit exhausting. So I've been a little bit more laissez-faire about everything, just kind of laid back and hanging out. And then I feel like I'm letting things come to me when it comes to like an emotional connection and like building with someone in some way. I mean, to be fair, I haven't met anyone that I'm like, yeah, I would totally build a life with him.
So you're kind of just going about life and you're dating life as if whatever happens, whatever comes to me and works out, I'm going to go with it. That's kind of your mentality deep down?
Yeah, I am like, I really do trust God when it comes to that, because I'm looking at my life right now and going like, okay, am I actually ready to be in a committed relationship? Okay, what kind of relationship does this other person want to have? Because you have to be on the same page. What if one person is like, no, I want monogamy, and the other person's like, well, I've done monogamy forever and it really didn't work for me. I kind of want to be a little more open or monogamish. If those two things don't align, then you're going to have conflict. And then you're like, me right away, if that was me, I would probably be like, yeah, we're just not doing this all together. I would scrap the whole idea of any sort of monogamy if we were not aligned on the same goals, going in the same trajectory in life. Like, are you going to lift me up? Am I going to lift you up? Are we going to make each other better? Like, that's more of what I would be looking for. And it's so funny. She just said, I'm not chasing it. I'm just sick of these guys who seem into it, then don't text back for whatever reason. East End, I know exactly what you're talking about. And low key, I kind of call that love bombing. Like, if you're texting a girl and you're blowing her up and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this connection that we have. I love the time that we're spending together. And then you like, don't text back.
Then that love was fake.
That love was fucking fake. Y'all be lying. Y'all be faking it. Be straight up. If you want to just hook up, be straight up. Be honest about that. Don't sit here and pretend like you want to build a life with someone. You know, it's so lame. And we're going to leave that. We're going to leave that in years past because that's just not ethical. Right. And we're all trying to be good people because, you know, when you're a good person, you get good things in return.
Good vibes.
So when you're just honest about that kind of stuff, like don't play with hearts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where people have to be more straightforward, but like we said earlier, keep it real. If you really feel a certain way about somebody, like all of a sudden you love them, that's too much to start. You can't start with that. You have to kind of have to feel things out and work towards that connection because at the end of the day, women will open up emotionally and guys have to work to get that emotional opening from women.
This is true. Vanessa just asked this. She said, what is the point of all the love bombing and why ghost? So if you guys want to answer that, she said this is for the guys.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I mean,
have you ever love bombed someone? Have you ever love bombed?
I have, but you know, I just want to point this out. Love bombing could be genuine or it could just be a facade. They might just be trying to win you over to sleep with you. So I could see it going both ways. And I understand why women could be like taken back by like, this guy's just trying to get in my pants. But some guys may genuinely be into you. If they're that into you on the first date, it's probably a red flag. But I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think guys just do that to get into a girl's pants.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to look at it. There's that where there is a guy trying to flat out just have sex with a woman. I just want to get my dick wet, right? I just want to fuck her one night, have some fun, and whatever happens afterwards, we'll cross that bridge when it happens. But some guys don't prepare for that. They cross that bridge and then realize that, oh, she's into him. She's looking for that relationship. And it's kind of one of those things where he doesn't want a relationship, so he shouldn't be leading in that way. Now, there's the other case where guys are truly, you know, they haven't had that much experience with women dating, and they really genuinely like a woman, and you're like, oh, you're amazing. I love you, this and that. And that's just kind of like a relationship immaturity, not having the experience to realize that that's not how you proceed with a woman to try to get yourself into a relationship. And then there is just, again, there was those two.
And then she said this. She said, and then they don't do anything physically. That's a pen pal. That's a pen pal.
Wait, so explain that. So you have men that are lustful and they don't do anything physical with you?
You know the guy that that's like texting you all the time, ladies who are listening and watching. You know the guy that's like texting you all the time and he's flirting with you, maybe a little sexting, maybe sending you some pictures, whatever. And then like you're like, hey, like, are you coming to New York? Are you coming to visit me? Or like, hey, or like, when are we getting together? And like you never do. Like you just have this pen pal. You know, I've had guys who just call me to tell me about their day. And we have this great friendship. And then it kind of dawned on me. I was like, I'm just your fucking pen pal, bro. Like I give you this emotional support that you get from a woman who tells you like, you're a G, you can do this, babe. Like, oh, that's so crazy that, you know, that this is happening to you at work and blah, blah, blah. You give them all this emotional support, but like you don't have sex with them. You don't go on dates. They don't pay your bills. And then you're just like this fucking pen pal. And Jenna is laughing backstage right now because she knows exactly who I'm talking about.
I didn't even know this was a thing, to be honest with you.
To be
'Cause
a pen
it's
pal?
almost like the female version of a friend zone. I didn't even know this was a thing, because usually when men talk to you, they have the intention of hooking up with you.
Yeah, and I'm sure like they would if they lived in the same state.
Okay, so these are guys that live in
These
another
are, like,
country that
live in other countries, live in other places, you know,
Got it.
and like have developed this like friendship with you. And I found it for me to be a little bit emotionally tolling because I'll be like, okay, I'm giving him all of this emotional support. I'm answering the calls. I'm talking to him. I'm giving him business advice. Like he's getting everything from me, you know, talking to me for hours every day. But then it's like, you're not sleeping with me. You don't pay my bills. You don't send me flowers. You don't do anything nice for me. I feel like it's just a friendship. It's just a friendship. And I'm okay with that. But I also feel like something I mentioned to Jenna the other day, we had a great conversation about this. I says, respectfully, I am a for-profit friend, which means I'm your friend and you're my friend. But if you don't do anything for me and all you do is take from me, whether it be business opportunities, money, going out, fun, friendships, introducing to like letting me introduce you to people, you know, using me as like a social climber, all these different things. It's like, okay, no, like I need to get something out of this friendship. Like, are you there for me when I need you? And I have a lot of amazing, amazing friends. And when you start feeling used and you start feeling played, you're like, okay, this ain't no nonprofit. Why am I friends with this person? Or like,
very one-sided.
why am I dating this guy? You know, like what, or like, what does he really do for me? I've driven 2 hours to go see him. I brought him food. I did all this stuff. And then he said something disrespectful to me and made me go, oh, you know what? I'm not doing this. So it's like, remember everybody, both men and women, to like hold yourself to a certain standard and don't be a non-for-profit friend or a non-for-profit girlfriend or boyfriend. Like people need to put in effort, right? You get back what you give. And if you're not getting back what you put in, you need to reevaluate your friendships. You need to reevaluate who you're dating and the people that you're talking to, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we continue getting into it, guys coming into the chat, guys and gals coming into the chat, thank you for watching the channel. We have wonderful and beautiful Sasha Prendes on the show tonight. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow Sasha at Sasha Prendes on Instagram. Do you have a website you want to share?
SashaPrendes.com. You literally can Google Sasha Prendes and like everything will show up. Like everything.
There you go.
Everything. I love that.
There you go. So you just wanted to pause for a moment and do that. If you guys want to comment or question in.
Yeah, guys, give us your questions. Give us your comments. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, send in a super chat. We appreciate the support. We'll definitely hop on your question.
Hello, Orlando, mi amigo, ¿cómo está mi gente?
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? So thank you guys for supporting. Again, if you do want us to focus wholeheartedly on your question, support the channel. We've been going on for almost 3 years now. Send in a super chat. We'll be happy to discuss your particular question. But I did want to mention an issue that is going on in the West, in the U.S.
Okay, give it to me.
And, you know, you're saying why, you know, there's guys that just want to be pen pals and friends and whatnot. Well, there's a big loneliness epidemic in the U.S. where there's a lot of people lonely. I mean, about 1 in 2 adults in America reported experiencing loneliness. So sometimes people don't even want to get down just to have sex and whatnot, be romantic. Some people are just lonely and want someone there to be there for them.
To talk to them.
To talk to support. And, you know, it was declared a public health crisis by the Surgeon General, affecting half of adults before COVID-19. So imagine how it was back then. Can't even imagine what it could be like now. So, and, you know, there's people that end up creating risks because of that loneliness, such as heart disease, stroke, dementia, anxiety, depression, just, you know, having an unhealthy lifestyle. I mean, think about it. We were locked in for a long time and that doesn't do well, you know?
No. You know what I think that all comes from is social media, internet in general has redirected our attention to our screens. Even when you're out at a bar, a restaurant, a lounge, everyone's still staring at their phones. Mm-hmm. People are at concerts, they're staring at their phones. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that's the end result of social media. We use our screens now to connect with other people, and that's where that emptiness comes from, because you're just viewing other people's live stories, connecting through likes, comments, but it's not a real connection.
And then you're comparing yourself to that life. Oh, that should be me. I wish I was on this trip. I wish I was with that girl. The girl looking at the couple, married couple with a newborn baby, a dog, and saying, "Oh, I wish I had that family. I wish that was me. I wish I was that woman." It's a lot for people nowadays, and they get pretty emotional, and you can see it out there. I mean, I go out when I see guys just hanging by the bar and with their drink, and they're not engaging with women, trying to spark conversation and trying to get things going, and I'm over here talking to a couple women here and there. It's kind of like, help me out, guys. I can't be the only one to take
you're
on
like,
this challenge.
Oh man, I got all these beautiful women. Come over here and talk to them. Orlando just said this. He goes, "It's insane. Just buy a dog." I will say this. I hope that people do, buy more animals and rescue animals, because we do have, an animal crisis, right? We have a lot of homeless dogs and cats, and there are so many, animals you can adopt, and that can fill a little bit of a void, but not in its entirety. I always encourage people to get outside. Go outside, go meet people. And again, this is what I like about Beyond, the app, the dating app, is they have all these opportunities to meet in real life. There are all these chats. They're like, if you're coming to LA, message this chat here. If you're doing this, message this chat here. Like, there's so many ways for people to connect. You just got to also not be lazy. Right? You got to not be lazy. You got to get up and you got to put yourself out there. And then I think about okay, what about people that live in the middle of nowhere? Like, we went from living in Manhattan to living in the middle of nowhere, and it's pretty slim pickings in our small little farm town. I love our farm town. I love where we live. It's beautiful. But as far as the dating pool, it's not like you're going out in New York City where half the population is young, hot, and single. Right? So I think dating apps and social media, I think Instagram is the best dating app on the planet, in general. That's access to everyone and meeting people, but turning that online interaction into a real life meetup. The amount of times I've gotten on a plane to meet somebody that I met online is more times than I'm willing to admit. And it's actually turned out to be amazing. Go travel, have an experience. You know what I mean? Even if it's not forever, get out of your house and get out there. And I think a lack of taking action comes from a lack of caring about yourself, right? So a lot of people who I feel are experiencing loneliness too, they aren't going to the gym. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Maybe you're not eating right. Maybe you're not confident in yourself. And this is also what I want to bring up too, is y'all need to be taking care of yourselves. Y'all need to go to the gym, even just small micro communications at the gym, just being around other guys. Other men need men. Men need other men. Women need other women. We need each other. We need groups. We need friends. It's so important. So I'm always guys, go to the gym and make some friends. You know what I mean? Ladies, join a group of some sort and be a little bit more inclusive, because I think that we are making real connections online. As much as we want to be oh, the phones are ruining it. The phone has brought me friends. It has allowed me to meet people that I would have never met.
Oh no, if
or
you use
run into.
the right way, absolutely. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's got to be used the right way. So I'm a firm believer in this, in self-care, in exercise, in trying to look your best. Try to be the best you that you can be. And then just get out there. Truly, get out there. And that's why I always say, guys, subscribe to the podcast, guys, because they give great advice. And these guys, we got to do a before and after from last year.
Oh yeah.
Of all of us.
Definitely.
Because I lost 25 pounds and you guys have just gotten nothing but more fit since we met last January.
Something we see.
I think we've all improved.
I'm just saying.
Hot cast, guys.
Yeah.
We're
I think we've all improved. It all started here, right?
It's true though. It's true though, guys. I'm telling you, if you're lonely and you're feeling like shit, just go to the gym. Just go to the gym, you guys. Someone just commented here. Oh, look, I'm telling you, you guys.
We have it here.
We have it right here. It is just so important to take care of yourself. Seriously. Someone said, right? I found these guys through Czar. Yes, I love it.
Shout out
I
to
love
Czar.
it. Shout out to
Czar.
Czar. We love Czar.
Chris Nolter
That hot
2564.
beef injection.
Someone said,
We've seen you as a supporter. Thanks for supporting the channel for a while.
yeah, guys, thank you so much. Someone here said, I dated women with husbands and in relationships, and the woman I did get into a relationship with cheated on me. You know what, South Philly? Sounds like you reap what you sow. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be dating people who are in relationships. You got to have some sort of boundary if you don't want that happening to you. That's like a pure karmic cycle. Like when someone tells me they're married and I'm like, oh, are you guys in an open marriage? Are you in an open relationship? Then sure, we can hang out. We have a vibe. But if it's like, no, we have to keep this on the DL, I'm here going, well, that's not very ethical to me. You know what I mean? Like if you're open and honest about being open and about being able to see other people while you're married or while this, and she's out there doing the same thing too, then like awesome. But like, I ain't trying to be the other woman. That's like non-ethical.
Yeah,
So that's where I'm like, nah, diggity down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we're not gonna hate on you, but we're gonna keep it real with you and let you know that
For sure. No shade. This is not a dig. This is just pure honesty. You know what I mean?
That's not women with husbands. That's you don't touch that.
Yeah.
That's something that you stay away from. I mean, it's a tough lesson learned, but it's very important that you stay away from that, because what happened is that came back to bite you, unfortunately. So the best thing that you can do is stay single, but deal with other single women. I mean, that's the best bet.
And guys, there's so many options. I'm telling you, the number one thing is to just get fit. If you just get fit, you can be with whoever you want. I'm telling you. Just
Getting
get
in
fit.
shape
Do
does
the work.
wonders. It does wonders
Just
for your
get in
confidence
shape.
too.
Do the work. Just put the work in. I don't know why people just sit back, relax, and they're home and just eating fried food. They're doing drugs, smoking, drinking, just kind of going about every day, just kind of nonchalant, like, oh, it's gonna come to me. When it's really not gonna come to you. You have to go out there and put the work in. Shout out to the guys that we see in the gym putting in the effort. I do see more and more men going to the gym. Shout out to the ladies too that are keeping it real and not getting these butt injections and these all these other change of characteristics by avoiding the gym and doing all these things to be fake. It's great, all natural, all great, in my opinion.
And I also like no shade to anyone who does do anything plastic, because I will say this, I have no work done as of now, but I say that because as of now, definitely as I get older and as I age, there are things that I do want to do to maintain. I'm not trying to like change myself or restructure, like completely change how I look, but I do believe in maintenance, and that is a part of it, right? Like no shade to anyone who gets Botox or who gets a breast augmentation or who does a tummy tuck or a mommy makeover, any of that stuff. Like shout out to you. You're investing in yourself to make yourself feel better and more confident. So like no shade. But I know that men love women that are natural.
Natural's
so also
better.
like if you don't want to do any of that stuff, be natural and have no shame in that either. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to shame the baddies that are like, look, I love my father, but I don't love that I have his nose. Okay, baby
Well, I was
girl,
gonna say,
you
certain
get that
things-
redone, mama. We love you still.
Certain things can be fixed in a gym, gaining weight, losing weight, putting on muscle. But like you said, certain operations, I get it. Like some people aren't happy with their nose or the shape of their face. People get braces, things like that. So some of it's understandable.
I think things such as like BBL. Not only
You're not into the BBL. You're not a BBL guy.
nah, because you could see it like hanging off like off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? It's like unnecessary. And
They went to the wrong doctor then. They went to the wrong doctor.
it's a health risk. There are women that put themselves through that because they listen to the opinions of others and they think that they don't have a good enough ass. They get surgery and they end up, unfortunately, dying, passing away. There's been wicked stories about that. Ladies, don't do that to yourself.
So you're saying just be you.
Just be you. Get in the gym and do some squats. Why don't you put some work? Do the work, right? We're talking about doing the work. Do the work. Yeah, there's a couple things here and there that you might want to fix as you get older. That's understandable. We don't hate on that. There's women that do that all the time. But at the end of the day, men prefer natural beauty overall over anything else. I think it's the best the best bet.
You know, every year in January, we see a bunch of new faces in the gym, and by March, they're all gone.
Of course.
I think people just, they set that New Year's resolution and then they give up on it. And where it comes from is people aren't patient. Like, getting into shape is not like, we've been doing this for years. It's a never ending process. Like, I'm never like 100% content with how I look. It's, you just have to be dedicated to it. People join the gym, they think they're going to have their dream body in like 2 weeks, 3 months. It's not realistic.
it takes a few years.
It's a
I mean,
lifestyle.
I literally, you guys, it took me, I'd say, well over a year and a half to lose 25 pounds. And the reason why I couldn't lose it either was because of a health issue that I didn't realize I had. I was like, I'm going to the gym every single day. Why am I not losing the weight? I'm getting stronger. And like, I see the definition, but like, I'm not like losing the weight. And then, of course, that kind of took me on a whole other health journey that was like, okay, I'm lacking magnesium and I'm lacking this. And I have like a crazy high cortisone stress because, you know, I'm running my own business and I'm, you know, a woman in men's fields. You know what I mean? I'm over here like carrying a different type of stress. And, you know, the way I internalized stress too was affecting how I lost weight. Men and women are very different. So figure out what works best for you, because a lot of our fitness influencers and a lot of fitness advice is geared towards men, not towards women. So that's why I'm like, the girls who are loving Pilates and the women who are finding like quiet time and yoga and different things, like a lot of that actually helps you lose more weight rather than just like burning out, going hard at the gym every day.
Plus,
You
diet
know?
is everything. I think people underestimate the importance of diet. For years, I used to go to the gym and not really focus on diet, and I had this mentality of like, well, I could always burn it off, and as long as I lift weights, yeah, you'll get some results, but you're not going to get to where you want to be unless you eat the right amount of calories, macros, so on and so forth.
And
Exactly.
it's awesome, Sasha. You didn't give up. You kept pushing through. What made you not only get down to the source, find what was going on, and change that, but what made you just keep your head down, not give up? To the men and women out there that should, you know, they think they're not making progress in the gym or in the physical activities that they're doing, even if it's walking every day for a half hour, or even if it's going for a jog for 20 minutes for a mile and a half. What made you not give up and keep pushing forward?
You know who changed my life? You guys know. The man that changed my life was Andrew Tate. I became a Tate girl real quick. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with every single thing that he says. I think he's actually really funny, but I joined the real world. And that's actually what changed my life. I mean, I just have this incredible accountability group in there. My professor is, you know, Professor Dylan Madden, who's just a social media genius, and he's constantly updating us with new things. And he told us, he was like, success is not just money. Success is a full circle. It's fitness, it's health, it's your family, it's your friends, it's everything, where you live and how much you contribute to society and what you do. So like for me, what really changed me was in 2024, I joined the real world and became like, I went full blown Andrew Tate.
All right.
And I listened to him, and he, you know, obviously speaks to men, but like I can take that same message and apply it to me, you know, and see how that can work. So I love it.
If anything, a shout out to Andrew Tate, Top G. I mean,
Top G, baby.
I think if anything, he speaks to both. You know, he did recently just get in the ring, and he shows why, you know, the concept of why you try and see if you can be successful.
Yeah.
Or try and fail and see how you deal with failure. And I think that's a lesson for both men and women to understand and take forward so they can better themselves in their lives.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of people
I
had so
agree.
much negative things to say because he lost. Like, he went in and he fought at the age of 40. Guy drinks, smokes cigars. Like, I got to give him a lot of credit for going in and doing it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Thank you guys for the comments. The comments are so sweet. Thank you, Shadow Race. Thank you, Orlando. Orlando had a good question. He was like, how do you guys approach women? Like, what's your strategy? What's your vibe? When you see someone really pretty when you're out, like, what do you do? And what do you say?
I've
What's
always
your
preferred
vibe?
meeting women through mutual friends. I'll be completely dead honest with you
wow.
guys. I have never been a cold approach at a bar type of person. I like meeting women through a social circle.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
I think that's great. And again, shout out to some of you guys supporting the chat. Guys and gals, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to support by subscribing. And if you want to send in a specific comment that you really want us to hop on, send in that super chat. You'll help us out and really be supporting the show. But myself, I'm a mutual friend type of guy too. But I went out to an event the other night. It was like a business event. and both men and women there. And I was shocked to see the men that were still standing in the sidelines, just holding a beer, drinking a beer, when they had the opportunity to they had that ambiance there to really be able to approach women. And
Plus, that was a singles event.
that was more of a singles event type
Oh, that's
deal.
cool. That sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, so it was more like, for me, I didn't see it that way. It was more like I went with the podcast shirt, and I was, we're trying to get ladies on the show. So it was a great way to get some ladies on the show. We do have some more ladies coming on. So I did do that. But for some guys, they were actually there to date, which is kind of crazy. And, you barely see the guys talking, or they're talking and they're not really, it doesn't seem like it's really going anywhere. They're coming off as creeps, things like that. I just say, I went up to them and I was just being myself. Hey, how are you? I'm Nando. I do this, I do that. We just started chatting, and then, kind of broke the ice with something funny or nonchalant, and just kind of hit it off with a handful of ladies. So, and that ended up working, and we have some fresh faces coming on the show.
I'm
very soon.
excited. That's great.
Yeah.
So right here, he asked, approaching a woman in a bar, you can't do it cold. You kind of have to have game. So I think in the most simplest way to approach people is a genuine compliment. I love the genuine compliment. When someone comes up to me and says, hey, I think you're really beautiful. I'm so-and-so. I just wanted to introduce myself and say hi. And then they'll leave, and I'll be like, wait, where are you going? Why are you leaving? Nothing feels better than when somebody wants you and when you feel desired. I think that's a really beautiful feeling. And so that alone is just really enticing, that makes me want to get to know someone, because people are lacking confidence. So when someone has the confidence to come up and be like, you're beautiful, I really want to meet you, I'm like, well, I want to meet you too. And maybe I didn't find them attractive when I saw them, or maybe I looked right past them when I walked in. I was thinking about something else. I was focused on something else. But the moment that they put themselves in my orbit, in my presence, I was like, oh, hi. I love this. Well, actually he is really cute. And attraction can also be built. You know what I mean? Chemistry is just kind of there. Sometimes you have it with eye contact. You could just look at somebody and feel that chemistry. And then you can create that chemistry simply by introducing yourself. I ended up finding that man later on in the evening and giving him my number. And we ended up hanging out a couple of times.
See, it works. It does work.
It works. Just have confidence and just go up and just give a genuine compliment. And it's just such a game changer. And you have to mean the compliment. You have to mean it. Okay. Don't be giving out no fake compliments, y'all. Be real, I
think there's times where you also want to start the conversation, say hello, kind of break the ice with the joke, something to make her laugh. And then eventually get in, later on and let her know, hey, you're beautiful. What are you doing in a couple of days, or what are you doing next week?
Yeah.
Because I think if you go in full force right away, there's women that they already know that they're beautiful, and that they kind of have sort of that smoke that's been, built up their ass, because there's a lot of guys that say that to them, which is fine. But when you have, 100 guys or 500 guys that say that repetitively, you're kind of full of yourself. But when a guy comes in different and has some different game and has a different approach, that guy can still come out with the same result, the winning result, but he avoided that, the same thing that the other 100 guys do. Oh, you're beautiful, this and that, and kind of simping to her right off the bat. You don't want to show that you're kissing her ass right off the bat. You kind of want to work your way around that and eventually get to that end goal of being able to see her again and get her number, etc.
I also think when I can tell when a guy is nervous. I can tell when a man is nervous. I can tell that he had to kind of take a deep breath and then come up and come talk to me. And I like that. I like that innocence too. I can see that. I'm very good at feeling energy, engaging the room and feeling the space. I can kind of meet people where they're at. And if I know that this guy really had to muster up some courage to come talk to me, I am always gracious and appreciative of that. always. When someone gives me a compliment, I'm always like, oh my God, thank you so much. Wait, what's your name? Okay, let's be friends on Instagram. You just never know. And like someone over here said something about how like, the worst thing a person can say is no. Yeah, that's like
true.
that's like the worst thing that can happen. But like, get used to rejection, everybody. When did we all get so soft? When do we all get so fucking soft? Because
Yeah.
I get rejected all the time, not just from men, but like in business, in sales, in everything else that I do in the music industry, especially. People are like, oh, like this shit sucks, or you should dye your hair, or you should change your look, or you should do this and change your name. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm very selective on the advice that I take. But either way, rejection is rejection. You're going to deal with it all the time. The worst thing a girl could say is no thanks. I'm really not interested. But like,
And that's
thank
not,
you.
That's not a loss. You either win or you learn, and that's a learning experience you can take on to the next one. Okay, what did I do wrong the first time that I can go around in my next experience or approach with a woman that I can avoid and do something different to be able to lock in that number, to be able to lock in that date.
Yeah. And you can feel it. You can feel when a guy is approaching you with confidence. You can feel energy. We're so good at that. Someone commented here, what do you do about people who approach you with dyed hair? It just depends on what color it is.
Have you ever had any scenarios where a guy approached you the wrong way, too drunk, or maybe he was
Oh
too
my
sexual?
God, yes.
So let's hear
what's,
some of
what's
those.
a bad way for a man to approach a woman?
Oh my God. First of all, do not spit on me. I know that you're drunk if you're like spitting on me when you're speaking. It just is not cool. Too close. Too
So
close.
you need that personal space. You need a little bit of space.
I don't care how
Like
jammed
obviously
we are.
not this close, but you need like, some sort of distance.
Yeah. And then if you're talking, you go to the ear. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, hey, like, I can't hear you. We're in a loud club, or we're in a bar, or we're at a party, or whatever. But like, personal space is key. Keep your hands to your fucking self. Don't touch
No
me.
touching right out the gate.
Don't touch right off the gate. You'll know if a girl wants you to touch them. You know what I mean? Like, the signals are there.
You get the vibe. She'll touch you. She'll, maybe give you a hug, whatever.
Yeah,
it
like
is.
there's a lot of this happening, or
That's
it'll be
it.
like, "Hi, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you."
You break
like
that touch barrier.
you'll feel that. You know what I mean? A lot of times women will do that too.
Right. And then you can go in with subtle touches and build up to that,
Yeah,
escalate.
and again, guys, honestly, my biggest advice too is just don't get too drunk. Don't be too drunk. You can have a few drinks, but like if you're absolutely hammered, like you have no idea how you're coming off. You're not going to perceive the situation the same way as someone who's not drunk. So very, very important to just not get wasted. And if you are getting wasted with the boys and you're out and you're doing your thing, don't approach women. Don't
Been there,
approach
done that.
women.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just do another night.
Yeah. And
I
somebody
keep tonight with the voice.
and somebody's laughing here because it's true. Like you can't be a man going out to try to get a woman and you're off the rocks, you're drunk, you don't know what's going on, you're in another world. You're not going to get women that way. I know men that have done it. I've given them the advice to avoid it. It's very important. Of course, I get little tips, little tipsy, enjoy yourself, but don't overdo it if you want to eventually have that conversation with a woman. She's going to sniff it out and she's going to just I don't want to deal with this guy. She's going to walk away.
And then someone just asked here, like, what if the woman approaches gentleman and she's drunk or you're both drunk? Again, this is all very situational, Chris, but I will tell you this. No one likes a girl that's too drunk either. So ladies, keep it together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, carry yourself in a way that's elegant and classy. If you're wilding out with the girls, then okay. Don't expect like genuine, rich interactions with other people.
I've dealt with those. I'm not, like I said, not much of a drinker. Got my water here and whatnot. But, when women come around and they're drunk, you can see it and then they become lovey-dovey and it's like, I don't want to, I don't want to cross the line. She's drunk. I don't want to deal with this. It's better to like try to be cordial, end the night in a positive note. But, don't continue hanging out with her. She's fucking drunk. Like,
And that's very good, like awareness, spatial awareness, know where you are, know what's happening around you, can identify the behavior of people around you, can tell if somebody's drunk, if somebody's not drunk. Very, very important, you guys. But since we're talking about first impressions, I feel like this would be a good time to talk about fragrances because I have literally met men who smelled so good and I have walked up to them and been like, oh my God, are you wearing blah, 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 blah? Or I'll be like, oh my God, you smell so good. What are you wearing?
100%.
I mean, literally, like giving my number to men, like smell is one of our most intense human senses. Okay. And this is what's really gotten me into fragrance. So I'm going to have Jenna bring me a few fragrances.
Bring them out.
Let's bring them out. Let's bring them out.
Today that we're gonna feature.
Let's fucking do it. And then Jenna's going to walk around with the camera and she's going to take some videos here. So let's fucking go, Jenna. Did you bring any of the strips?
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
So we're going to rate some of these.
Yeah, we're going to sit right here and we're going to
review
rate
some
it.
of them?
Yep, we're
Okay,
going to
cool.
review a couple for you guys. I am really excited because these fragrances that I brought in are from one of my favorite clients ever. They're called CN1 Fragrance. Okay. You guys have to follow them. They do affordable luxury. All of their stuff is made with clean ingredients. They're also made in the USA.
Okay,
So
cool.
I go live for them on TikTok and their product is just fabulous. They have stuff that's inspired by like designer, and then they also have a lot of originals as well. So we bought a few for you guys to try. As you can tell,
We're ready. Ready to
we
rock.
have some favorites. You brought the Silver Peak. Oh girl. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Some of these are freaking panty droppers, you guys.
CN1, shout out to you guys.
Shout out to CN1. They're awesome. They're made in America. Their stuff is really high quality. And for the price point, you'll actually be blown away. Like you would think all of this stuff is so much more expensive than it really is. And I'm telling you right now, when it comes to fragrances, it is not about the price. It is about the quality. So don't be sleeping on some of these brands because they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we did a live stream with you a while back, and we tried some of these fragrances, and I have to say these all smell like designer fragrances. You know, some of these
Right.
some of these fragrances cost like $400 a bottle. Like Creed Aventus is a good example. These all smell like designer fragrances. So
Yep.
let's try some of these.
They're amazing. So I'm going to get this party started. So I'm going to start with Silver Peak. So Jenna, you let me know when you're ready. Just don't careful with that light behind your head. Okay. Are you guys ready? Chat. Are we ready?
Are we ready, chat?
Are we ready?
Are you ready to
talk
smell
about
good?
it? Are you ready to smell good and be hot? That's the theme for this year. Just be hot. Okay. I'm going to start with. Okay. Jenna's getting the other camera ready so we can film it. Are you ready, J-Dog? Yes. All right. We're going to start with Silver Peak. What I love about Silver Peak is this one is giving like sexy masculine rain, grown man energy. For my guys who like a little bit more aquatic sense, this one is definitely a go-to. It's also kind of reminiscent of the Creed Silver Mountain Water.
Okay.
So if you've ever smelled Silver Mountain Water, it's kind of like a musky, like green tea masculine rain. It's a freshie. Okay.
All right,
so
let's try it out.
This one reminds me of like, yeah, Jenna, everything was Silver Peak. All week we were silver peaking. It was crazy.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you one too, so you can smell it as well.
You know what this feels like? It feels like I'm outside camping in the winter about to light up a fire.
Ooh, hot. I like that.
God damn.
I like that.
Wow.
So masculine of you.
Yeah, this is like a wintry, right? Wintry.
This is year round in my opinion.
this is year round.
Silver Peak is year fucking round.
This is a very clean scent. That's what
Correct.
immediately
It's very
comes to mind.
It is clean.
You could wear this like with a suit, maybe in an office setting.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice.
Like
Yes.
to a professional meeting, you know, you're trying to have a big sale or win somebody over with something. I think this is a good one for that.
A wedding, an event, a special event. This is definitely, this is inspired by like a $500 fragrance. And for the price point, it's inspired by Silver Mountain Water. It's never going to be exactly like the designer, as it shouldn't be, but it is a really beautiful take inspired by that fragrance. So it's absolutely beautiful. So this one is amazing. Yes, I absolutely need some cafecito. Ya tú sabes, mi amor, ya tú sabes. All right, so empezamos con Silver Peak. Ahora vamos a hacer la otra. So you can put them down. And what I want you to do is to when you lay them down next to each other. And then when we're done, I'll have you re-smell them again because they smell different. All of these fragrances are made with 30% perfume oil, which means that the alcohol that's in them, you spray it, the alcohol evaporates, and what's left is the perfume oil. And so that's why when you smell perfume, it's going to smell one way at the beginning, and then after like an hour, it's going to smell totally different.
Gotcha.
And these are all super long lasting fragrances. They're meant to last all day. I always say spray your clothes over your skin because your skin has a different pH and is going to absorb the ingredients differently. So I always say definitely spray your clothes. And I'm an oversprayer. I be overspraying.
I was gonna say, how many hits of this are we doing?
A ton,
Yeah.
a lot. A lot.
Countless?
You're gonna
You don't
smell
count?
me. No, you don't count. You're gonna smell
Okay.
me before I arrive and after I leave.
All right.
Okay, I am like.
So it's not going to
'Cause-
fade out at some point.
I mean, it will fade. Of course,
Okay.
it will
But
fade.
you
It will
keep
soften
spraying.
up.
You
It will soften up. But you can definitely like that. My shirt be damp. I let that shit dry.
So you can keep spraying afterwards, of course, to keep it going.
Yes, of course.
Have like
of
one
course.
of the small ones, and you just keep it in your pocket.
Yes, definitely keep like an atomizer, and I can show you guys all about that.
Show it to the camera so we know.
Oh yeah, of course. Here, I'll do a quick one of this, Jenna, so you can do it here. All right, so we're talking about Silver Peak. We just did a review on Silver Peak. Okay. All right, the next one I'm gonna do is, what should I do next, Jenna? I feel like we should do Gentleman's Code. Okay, Gentleman's Code. This is a panty dropper. We're still recording, you see? I love you guys. Hi, Angel. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Yes. Okay. We're going to review now the Gentleman's Code. This is an original by CN1. Okay. We are obsessed. This one is like safe for work, but is also date night. This is one of those that like my clients come back to me and they're just like, I get so many compliments on this. This one is like a compliment getter.
All right. So this is for something that both men and women can use for a date. All right.
This is definitely for my guys. This is the G code.
G code.
This is the
All
G
right.
code. This is the gentleman's code.
Oh, okay.
So it starts out really refreshing in the opening. It's got a nice fresh in the opening, but then after it dries, which is why I'm saying to like lay the strips next to each other. So as you let them dry, this has like a beautiful birch wood that shines through, like a nice clean wood that shines through. Like right now you're smelling the lemon, the black currant, the bergamot, but in a little bit you're going to smell the musk, the oak moss, the ambroxan. It's all going to start to shine through. This really nice, handsome dry wood smell is going to come through.
Yeah, like some type of tree bark that's just kind of oozing out.
Exactly. And it shines through so nicely. In the next like 10 minutes, you're going to smell a combination of both like that beautiful citrus and the woodsiness of it, that masculine woodsiness.
It feels like a gentleman's classic. You know,
It
something
is
that.
a handsome freshie.
I feel like this would be good in cold weather, like a winter fall
Yes.
fragrance.
Yes.
It's got that
100%.
woody kind of spiciness to it. Definitely
Yes.
something you would wear at nighttime.
Agreed.
Nice,
That's
fresh
awesome.
evergreen type of a vibe.
Okay, now this one. Okay.
Guy's gonna be smelling good. For
You guys
the
are going to be
ladies.
smelling so good. Guys, it's CN1 fragrance. I'm going to be posting about this, but you have to try their stuff. It's just amazing.
I'm gonna put in the chat CN1 fragrance just so you
Yes.
guys know.
Yes.
Can find that.
They're on YouTube as well. We're going to be doing more videos for them on YouTube. So you guys got to check them out. They are amazing.
I spelled it right, right? Or
Yeah, fragrance. Yeah. Amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, here we go. This next one right here is you ready? Okay. So our next one is the Shadow Allure. Are you ready, Jenna? Okay, guys, I love Shadow Allure. This one kind of reminds me of YS to the L Le Nuit Delhomme. So this one has like a nice lavender, bergamot, cedar, vetiver. Vetiver is my favorite ingredient. It's like a nice earthy root. So it smells earthy and clean.
Right.
This one is one of my favorites. This is a great everyday. This is a fabulous everyday fragrance.
Is it me or does it have like some sort of cinnamon feel to it?
Ooh, it's got that caraway and that vetiver, which has kind of got a little earthiness to it. But you're smelling that cardamom,
Okay.
which is like the definition of cardamom. I don't actually know right off the top of my head, but that cardamom is kind of giving you, I think, a little bit of that spice.
Okay. It
I
feels
feel
like
like it's
there's
giving you a hint of that spice.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
Hi,
it
guys.
reminds me of like a cinnamon type of like that cinnamon piece.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely like a go out on the weekend, date night, club type of fragrance. It's got that spicy kind of like sexy element. Every guy has that spicy fragrance that, you know, you would wear out on like a Saturday night.
Yeah, but just wait in a few minutes because this one in particular softens up really nice and it just becomes like this beautiful lavender cedar clean scent. I think this is a very good, fresh and clean scent. This is a fabulous one for every day. You could definitely go out in this one. Already it smells so good.
Smells good.
It smells so good. I love the Shadow Allure. This is a great everyday fragrance, you guys. Shadow Allure is a super sexy, handsome freshie. A nice earthy freshie.
Favorite
Yeah.
one so
Yeah,
far.
it has an earthy feel, like you're outside. It's like that smell, that earth smell.
Right? And
Like
that's that vetiver. That vetiver is everything. I'm a freak for that vetiver. Okay. Okay.
We got more fragrances, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Follow Sasha.
Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to save my two favorites for the end. My
Yeah.
two favorite panty droppers. I'm going to save those for you guys here in a moment.
We have a live fragrance review for you guys, so make sure you're supporting the channel and support Sasha.
Hello. I love it, Orlando. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Let's go.
Ready to go.
Ready, J-Dog? Now we're going to talk about... Yeah, I'm ready. Now let's talk about Gilded Luck, okay? Gilded Luck. This one reminds me of the Paco to the Rabanne Lucky. Have you ever smelled that 1 million...
The gold bottle.
The golden bottle, yes. But this is like the other version that he has. It's like the 1 million Lucky. This one is so beautiful because it reminds me like a fall honey pot. It's got the freshness, that opening in the freshness, right? It's got a little tangy plum. You've got the bergamot. But then you have like honey and cedar and oak moss and patchouli. And this one also has cashmere wood, which I think is a very, very sexy wood as well. Tell me what you think about this. I think this is a panty dropper right
It's like
here.
an alluring scent. Like you want to get warm, spicy.
Yeah, this is definitely a panty dropper. This is she's gonna, you know, if you spray it on your neck, that area, she's gonna be sniffing on
She's
your
gonna
neck.
be all over you, baby. She's
All
gonna
over
be
you.
all over you. This one is really nice. I love this one on skin too. This is a really beautiful men's fragrance. It's fresh. It's got a little bit of that tangy plum, which I can really smell shining through. But then that patchouli, that oak moss, like kind of like that darker wood starts to shine out. And you'll smell it here in a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Someone asked what the chat rules are. We got no rules over here, baby. Just keep it respectful. Just keep it respectful. So that's the Gilded Luck. I love Gilded. This one's very sexy. And then I'll have you guys smell them all at the end. Now this next one, are we pausing each time? Okay. Okay. What do you guys think of the Gilded Luck?
Love it.
Oh, I
Warm
love it.
spice. This,
Definitely-
To me, this is a prime example of something you would wear like exactly this time of year. I tend to go for more spicy type of fragrances in colder weather.
Okay.
And then in the summer, spring, I'll go for the cleaner, fresher green fragrances. But this is great.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is one of my favorites because it's like a freshie, but it has depth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it has like a bite to it somewhere and you're just like, oh my God, it's such a, and the name of it, right? Gilded Luck. This one just kind of smells like money to me, right? Like
Very
there's
nice
something
fragrance, yeah.
really,
Make
really,
that money is what we talk about all the
Right.
time, right?
I'm telling you guys, smell however you want to feel. It's so true. I pick a fragrance based off of my mood. That's like how I do things.
Smell like money. Go out there and
Literally.
be that money.
Literally. Are you ready, Jenna, for the next one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. This one has a special place in my heart. Ready? Yep. Okay. This one has a special place in my heart, y'all. This is the Wildfire Spirit, inspired by Dior Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Now, what I love about this one is that it has a beautiful fresh opening with the nutmeg, the lavender, and the chamomile. I don't have too many fragrances with chamomile, which is very interesting. But then this has a very sexy leather and vetiver musk combination. So it starts really fresh, but then you're going to smell that like masculine earthiness that comes out. This one is so hot. And I feel like everyone's been sleeping on this. Everyone's been sleeping on this one. Wildfire Spirit. I also think women could wear this one too. I think it's fresh enough that it could be unisex. I get a lot of compliments on the Wildfire Spirit, inspired by the Fahrenheit. This one is a compliment getter. Like I literally walked into a restaurant and the people there were like, "You smell fucking fabulous." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
They probably said you smell like fire, and you're like, yeah, wildfire.
Yeah, wildfire, baby.
I feel like this one's a head turner. Like if you walk by and that scent trail gets left behind, people are gonna be like, boom, like what was that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like who's that?
Who is that? Yes. This next one I'm gonna spray for you is a who is that fragrance. Okay. So that's the
great.
Wildfire Spirit.
You call that another panty dropper?
That's a fucking panty dropper
Call that
for
one.
sure.
That's in
For
that
sure,
category.
for sure.
You guys are going to be smelling good, guys and gals in the chat, watching the show, or when you play it back later on. You guys are going to be smelling mighty fine.
He's like wildfire in this bitch. I love you, peanut butter. I love you, baby. Okay. Yes. This one Yep. Okay. So I'm madly in love with this fragrance right now. Like this guy can get it. This is the Earthbound Flame. Inspired by Terre de Hermes. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled Terre de Hermes. It's a very
exactly which
popular fragrance. It's about over $200 roughly, maybe more depending on what size you get. But this one is like a peppery orange vetiver cedar. I call this, well, first of all, this is a fucking panty dropper.
All right.
But this one is like,
A third panty dropper. Let's
yeah,
see.
oh God, this one's crazy. This
Ooh.
is like an earthy citrus freshie right here. Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, I can feel the orange tone, like as if
I
I'm
sprayed
peeling.
the shit
I'm
out of
peeling
your
an
table. I
orange
apologize.
That's all right.
apart. I'm peeling an orange or a grapefruit apart. More. Yeah.
Citrus stays, just so you guys know. For those of you wondering, anything with orange or citrus is gonna be long lasting.
Yeah.
Like orange, for whatever reason, citrus just stays on the clothes, stays on the skin. So what I love about this is it's like earthy and then also fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Gives me like a upscale, classy kind of high end vibe to it. It's hard to describe. but-
Absolutely. This one, I smelled, there was a man sitting next to me on the train in London and he was wearing this fragrance. And I turned to him and was like, "Hi, I'm Sasha. You smell amazing." And I ended up hanging out with him for the entire summer and we had a very fun relationship.
Wow.
And it all started with how he smelled. So I tell everyone like, fucking smell good, guys. There's no excuse, especially with amazing products like CN1. There's no reason to not smell absolutely amazing. And then this last one is my number one favorite.
Real quick, Peanut Butter 66 is saying, I'm actually interested in that. What's that orange pepper one called?
It's called Earthbound Flame. Peanut Butter Earthbound Flame. So you can follow me on TikTok or you can go to CN1 Fragrance on TikTok or their website, wherever you shop. TikTok always has the better deals though. So I always say go to TikTok shop because that's where you get the coupons and stuff. But it is called Earthbound Flame and it is my favorite fragrance right now. My number one favorite. Yeah.
Say it again.
Okay, my number one favorite, you guys must know this by now, is black leather. This is literally masculinity in a bottle. And I say this because this is not for the weak. This is for my guys that are super masculine. If you like a dark and stormy fragrance, this one truly is a chick magnet. And I say this because women nowadays are really craving masculine men. We need you guys
That's why we're here.
to be masculine. We need you guys to step up. And let me tell you, this fragrance is giving provider. This fragrance is giving a man that knows how to fight. This fragrance is giving a man that knows how to put it down and take control. I absolutely love this. This is inspired by the Tom Ford ombre leather. If you've ever smelled the ombre leather, oh my God, you're going to love this. This one is the black leather. This is my number one favorite. You can put Earthbound Flame on top of this. You can put Wildfire Spirit on top of this. This is a very good one to layer. If it's too strong for you, you can totally layer this with something a little fresher. You could put a Handsome Freshie on top of this. But this one, that ombre leather, this black leather, baby, this is my vibe all day. It literally has leather, moss, patchouli, cardamom, amber, and a little jasmine to kind of give it a little softness. But this one doesn't come off. Like, this is one of those that just like is so potent.
Long lasting.
Yeah.
It's like I put on a new leather jacket.
Yeah,
Literally.
I was
And
gonna say.
it smelled it just coming right off, like coming on, and you just smelled it, just the brand new feel
Yeah.
of that leather.
Yeah.
Just kind of zipping it up.
It's a
zipping it
new
down.
car. It's a new bag. It's a new vibe.
Yeah.
And I love it. And after a little while, it does soften up, which is good. Like right now, it's really strong, right? I just sprayed it. But in the dry down, it softens up. It clings onto your clothing. It is so sexy. And when I meet people and like when I go on dates or if I've been dating someone a couple of times, like I'll bring them a fragrance, or I'll bring them a sample and I'll be like, hey, you should try this. I went on a date the other day and I sprayed the black leather on this guy and I was like, hey, like, do you like this? And then I also sprayed him Earthbound Flame and he loved black leather. Like he loved it. And I automatically was like, okay, you like might be my type. You know, like it's like a sign because
It works.
because this draws me in. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then some people are like, oh, that's too strong. That's too loud. That's too potent. Okay, well then you're more of a freshie type. You're more of an aquatic fragrance type. So find your lane. And I've got panty droppers in both. I've got the really dark and stormy, tobacco-y, leathery fragrances that are like super strong and manly. And then I have the more of like the aquatic rain, which I always say, if you want something more aquatic or want more of a freshie, I always recommend it to people who don't know what they like yet. Because you really kind of have to know your shit if you want to wear the black leather. You kind of know that you like dark fragrances. If you still don't really know what you like, I say go with a Wildfire Spirit or go with a Shadow Allure or even a Silver Peak. Because women love when men smell good, they smell clean. It gives off the energy that you have good hygiene. And that is a huge, huge winning point.
100%.
Right? So I always encourage young guys to skip out on the black leather if you're like under the age of 25 and go more towards like the Handsome Freshies or the YSLs, or which is a little bit more of that Shadow Allure vibe, because that's going to give a good impression. That's going to be, that's going to give off the impression of good hygiene, that you take care of yourself. And that's really what women look for. Like, is this guy a put together guy? So yeah, that's my little fragrance review.
100%. I mean, again, a vast majority of women find good smelling men attractive. And this is what it's all about right here. This is why we feature this on the podcast, guys.
Yeah,
This
seriously.
is why we have Sasha and J-Dog behind the scenes doing their thing to show you guys and explain to you guys how to smell.
Yeah, I mean, you just looked up this fact right here, and is that most women prefer a man that has good hygiene, right? And so when you smell good, it gives off that vibe. I have literally said yes to men and gone on dates with guys who I wouldn't normally find them attractive, but they had confidence and they smelled so good. And I was like, yeah, like this guy is like in that first impression vibe. I'm like, he smells good. He looks good. He's confident. He speaks well. Like, why would I not give this guy a chance? You know what I mean? And yes, peanut butter, that Cool Water still plays. That's one of my best sellers. That is one of my best sellers on TikTok, is the Cool Water. So don't be sleeping on that one either. It just doesn't last very long because it's an EDT. I can put you onto some EDP. So come follow me on TikTok and I got you, baby. I got you.
Sasha Prendes on TikTok, CN1 Fragrance. Definitely follow there if you guys really want to smell good. This is your wake-up call.
This
Here
is
you
your
go.
wake-up call. Guys, smell good. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Like, just people that you just wouldn't normally find as attractive, like, or everyone thinks they know what their type is, but they don't, right? You really don't know. And then you meet someone and you're like, oh, wow, like, he's confident. He smells really good. Like, I'm attracted to him. Oh, he's not what I would normally go for. I love hearing that.
What do you think are like 3 different types of scents a man should have? Because I feel like every guy should have like the everyday, the spicy, the clean. Like, what's your take on it?
I think you need a freshie. You need something that's like very fresh and clean, kind of like a Silver Peak. You need something that's really dark and stormy, like a tobacco vanille or like a black leather of sorts, or even like a Santal 33, a musky leather. I like that masculine essence. And then like something in the middle, something that's fun and different and unique, like the Earthbound Flame, right? I'd say Handsome Freshie Classic. I mean, also something that's unique is definitely the Gilded Luck. The Gilded Luck is like a fall honey pot. Now I'm going to ask you guys to go in reverse from when you first started to smell
Okay.
the swatches from how we first started and smell them out and tell me your thoughts.
Let's
because
see.
you're going to see it is different.
Let's see.
It is different.
Oh, wow. It does smell different.
You know, I have to say, I have like 30 designer fragrances. I have the Chanel's, all the popular fragrances, the Dior Sauvages. These smell very good. And the last time you gave us a sample, I sprayed my hoodie with it, and like a few days later, you still smelled it. So they have a high oil content. They're not cheap. They last.
They last
they
a
really
while.
smell good.
The prices are so low, and literally you'll pick up your sweater 3 days later and it'll still smell like the fragrance. I became a believer. CN1, they knocked on my door. They were like, we want you to, go live for us. And I was like, okay. Peanut butter. My name is Sasha Prendes. So go to my TikTok. It's Sasha. Last name Prendes, Prendes, and come find me. You can even shoot me a message and I'll send you some of these.
So
I'm telling you, I think it's good to have an array of fragrances, and it's good to figure out what your fragrance is. It's really hard to do that if everything is $500. It's really hard. And again, no shade to the designer brands. If you have the money to buy $500 fragrances, absolutely, baby, go for it. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but if you want to find your scent, then I would try CN1. You know what I mean? And then save a $500 fragrance for a special occasion. You know what I mean? Or if you're like, ooh, I kind of like this one. It's kind of similar. I'm actually going to go out and buy the OG Tom Ford. Okay, go for it. But I'm telling you, when you are still figuring it out, and you're trying to find your fragrance, you're trying to find what you want to smell like, what fits on your pH may not fit on somebody else's. So that's why I always tell everyone, I'm like, everybody is different. Your skin is different. Try something like a CN1 because they're just amazing. And they don't use phthalates, sulfates. They're not tested on animals. They're made in the USA, and their prices are phenomenal. And I'm telling you, you guys, people fall in love with them. I mean, I fell in love with them. They sent me a few samples and I was like, yeah, I'm in.
So when
I'm in. Count me in.
That's awesome. I mean, when you're saying that they're without those items, those characteristics, that means that they're more of a healthier type of fragrance.
In my opinion, yeah. I think going for a CN1 that like purposely makes it without phthalates and endocrine disruptors. Like they're saying, like, don't spray perfume on your neck. It soaks into your skin. Our skin is like a sponge, so everything you put on it is going to be absorbed, right? That's why they're
we
putting.
have pores and stuff.
Yeah, they got shit in our food. They got shit in our water, whatever. They got shit in our fragrances too. Mm-hmm. So I try to look for brands that use clean ingredients, that are long lasting, and that are affordable, because I'm not playing that game anymore. I don't care if a purse has a designer name on it. I'm not paying $20,000 for a bag. I'm just a little bit more practical in that sense. And for the people who do want to spend 20 G's on a bag, that's great. Go for it. I just have different priorities. So depending on where your priorities are, and if you don't know what your fragrance is, let me put you guys on to CN1. I sell about 500 different fragrances on my channel on TikTok. Respectfully, CN1 is my favorite.
these two are my final picks. I forget the names of them. Which one are they?
Okay, I can tell by smelling them. Are you ready, Jenna?
Let me know if they match mine because
Yeah, and then you pick your two favorites. Yeah, go for it. Okay, your two favorites. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Okay, these are your two favorites. Okay, we got Gilded Luck. And we have Shadow Allure. Wow. Okay. So your two favorites were Gilded Luck, which is like a Paco Rabanne banger. And then you also liked the YS to the L.
These have something about them. You just want to keep smelling it.
And I wonder if they have any common ingredients, any common denominator ingredients that you like. Okay, tell me your favorites.
here we go. Oh, can't even pick this up. There we go.
Here we go. Okay. Silver Peak. Nando likes Silver Peak.
I like it clean, nice and clean,
Fresh.
nice
It's like
and fresh.
It's like a musky masculine rain, right? It's like it's giving like hot man just stepped out the shower. I'm into
with
it.
the steam out,
Yeah.
came out of a sauna.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And then your next one is the black leather.
Oh man,
The
I'm on-
ultimate panty dropper of panty droppers is the black leather. I'm telling you right now.
I'm on both sides. Both sides. Fresh and hard, hardcore.
If there is a man for me, it is a man that also loves the black leather. You know what's really fun about these two? Is this one is so dark and this one is so fresh. You could actually layer them together. And you know what? Let's test that on you right now. I'm going to spray you with the black leather. Give me your arm.
Let's do it.
I'm going to spray you here. Little black leather. We're going to let that dry
Nice.
for a second.
Cool.
And then we're going to put a little silver peak on top.
All right.
And we're just going to let that marinate.
Yeah.
We're just going to let that rock.
Let's let it sit for a little bit.
And then yours are
Ooh,
very
wow.
different from each other. You could put them together, but I recommend putting Gilded Look on one side and put Shadow Allure on the other and see how you like it.
So both of these have bergamot and cedar.
Yeah.
And I notice I tend to like those type of like woody fragrances. So you're saying I should try to mix them?
And you know what? Bergamot is giving that burst of freshness and like that burst of freshness. And then the cedar is like a clean wood. So you definitely like a handsome freshie,
Cool.
which I feel like fits your personality vibe too.
Cool.
And you're like, you're like me. You like the polar opposites. You're like, I love the super dark, masculine, rugged, but then I also love like the fresh and clean vibe.
I'm
And
on both ends.
I am on both ends too. I am on both ends too. I absolutely love it. Okay, so let me spray you with Shadow Allure on this side. Give me one side of you. Okay. And then I'm going to do Gilded Look on the other. And then you guys tell me later on tonight what you think. Which one you like more.
And these have good projection. Like I've bought designer fragrances that last like 2 hours and it kind of wears off. These are pretty strong.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, they're so strong. And that's what's so crazy about it is you're like, how are you paying, that's fine. How are you paying so much money for a fragrance when it doesn't last?
Yeah.
And that's really how they get you to keep buying more. And then you have the marketing behind the brand. I think CN1 is really in a category of their own that they just crack the code. They made long-lasting, good projection fragrances that smell like $1 million and cost a fraction of the price. So, yeah.
It's awesome. It works for everyone.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Works for the guys that are wearing it. Not too expensive. It's a healthier version of a fragrance. Have different assortments of scents, and you have women that are attracted to it. I mean,
Plus, you know what? This is a great way for somebody that's new to fragrances to try different fragrance notes without spending a whole bunch of money and seeing what you like.
Exactly. And that's why I say, come join me on the live stream. Follow CN1 on TikTok. I go live for them several times a week, so you guys can catch me on there. And it's just really fun. I love helping people pick their fragrance because you just tell me what you like. I always say, do you like dark and stormy? Do you like smoky? Do you like leather? Do you like tobacco? Or do you like more of a masculine rain? Do you want a freshie, more fresh out the shower vibes? And then I'm able to help you guys kind of go from there. And obviously they have over 250 fragrances. We have so many beautiful women's fragrances too. But because you guys are my guys here at the podcast, guys, I wanted to bring some masculine fragrances and put your audience on so they can come and try it for themselves. And they're super affordable. So there's no excuse to not smell good. There's no excuse.
That's it, fellas. Get on it. We're gonna get on it. We've been on it actually. We went to
Been on it.
We went to your TikTok live shop.
Yeah.
We were reviewing some of the fragrances there, and we're gonna be back again soon. So be ready for that
Yes.
as well in the future. But yeah, I remember when I was wearing the Vez Saint Laurent Alone. Did I say it right?
Oh yeah, just a nice little YSL.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
When I wore that around my neck one time, and I went out, the ladies were just kind of like, "Oh my gosh, Fernando, like, who are you tonight? Like, what's going on?" They were just smelling. There's a picture of them three like smelling it just to be funny. It was hilarious, but
I love it.
it's insane what scents can do, what smelling good can do for you.
It's so powerful, you guys. Do not slip up on this. This is an easy move. This is an easy way, especially if you're in sales. For my guys and ladies who are in sales, fucking smell good. People buy for two reasons, because they like you and because they think they need whatever it is that you're selling. So smell good, look good, feel good, go to the gym. You can bag a baddie, just by doing all of those things. And you don't have to spend $100 on cologne. These are literally priced under $50.
So that's the pricing for these under 50.
They're like under
average.
$50. Yeah,
Okay.
on average. Yeah.
Nice.
On average, they're under $50. So long gone are the days that I'm going to be spending $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on products. I mean, I love Tom Ford. I'm definitely a Tom Ford girl. So I do get a lot of the Tom Ford inspired because I'm a big fan of those fragrances, but they're just so expensive.
100%. I mean, these are, better value and as far as the cost and what you get out of it,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. And if you don't know what you smell like, if you have no idea what you want to smell like, this is a great place to start. And we have bundles and we have deals and coupons and discounts. You guys got to come check us out on TikTok Shop. It's a lot of fun on there. There's so many great fragrances to try. And there's some other really great ones out of Dubai that I have in my shop that are incredibly affordable. Various Latafas and other big brands that are doing big moves. And Intense Oud is also another big brand. They do a lot of the fragrance oils, which is really nice. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, you guys. So come see me on TikTok under my name, Sasha Prendes. And I'd love to put you guys onto something new and help you find your scent.
Cool.
Oh, now I'm smelling really good. It's going to
me
last.
smell this.
It's
Let
going to
me
be for a
smell it.
while.
The black leather with the silver peak is crazy. Black leather goes with everything.
Yeah.
It's such a dark fragrance. You could put wildfire on top. You could put orange on top. You could put gentleman's coat on top. You could put anything fresh on top. That black leather is such a great base layer that gives you that rugged masculine energy, and then you can make it fresh.
So you can mix and match different types and make it look.
Yes, you can layer.
Yeah.
You can totally layer, and I'd love to help you guys layer. I'd love to help you put you guys on to new stuff. So come see me on TikTok. And these guys are going to be coming to the studio here soon. They're going to be on the live as well. So
We'll
you
be
guys have to
back. We
come
were
see
there
us.
one time, and
We'll be back.
we'll be there again. My question is there a specific spot, aside from like neck area, is there a specific golden area where to spray? Like,
Yeah. So I would say do like here, like, because when you hug a woman and you introduce yourself to someone, right, there's usually like a hug or something sort of. So I always say do like each shoulder, right? I always say do the wrist just so that you can kind of smell it, or you can kind of like dab it on your neck here. Because women, especially when you're like in a club or you're in a loud restaurant and you're like, hi, and you know what I mean? Like they're kind of coming next to you to talk. That's a really nice, like sexy place to smell good. I always say spray the middle of your shirt and just kind of anywhere else. Like even like here on the sides. And then I always do like my back. They always say, if you're going to spray it on your skin, spray it in the warm areas.
Okay.
So like in here, because this area stays kind of warm, the wrist so that you can smell it, like other parts of your body that are typically have heat
okay.
is where it kind of will live a little bit longer than in other areas that are more exposed. But I always say like at least 5 sprays, at least 5 sprays. And you can put it on your clothes. It's going to last longer than on your skin.
And you said the prime spot is more like towards the neck area.
Definitely going to be like upper
Head-
body
head-
here.
upper body, okay.
Yes, upper body
Gotcha.
here. Because you guys are tall, right? So if you're going to like meet somebody, they're going to come up to your chest
Right.
in some capacity. And like
Right.
that's where you want it to smell. Some people just spray here. I'm like here, a little here, a little here, a little here. So if you're like reaching over, like
Right.
you're just,
You go in for a hug, they smell you right there.
that's
and
the
boom.
best. That's the best. That's the
Awesome,
best.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I
Well,
got you
I'm gl-
guys.
I'm glad you brought on these fragrances. You put on a lot of guys out there, and women have expectations of what guys are going to smell like now. So
I
very,
know. I
very
got
exciting.
you.
Very exciting. So awesome. Quick. So you want to do some more questions? You have time for a few more
Yeah,
questions?
what do you think? Do you have a few more questions or do we wrap it or what are you thinking?
Well, the phone's at 18%, so we probably.
Why don't we do a couple more? There's a couple more questions.
Jenna's camera's overheated. She's
We've been-
like, we're fucked.
Our equipment's setting on fire.
We've been going for a bit, but
Our equipment is on fire.
let's do a few more questions because I did want to go back and touch on, maybe you can kind of break down briefly your story real quick on what shaped your views on non-monogamy, going back to monogamy versus non-monogamy. What shaped your views and what made you go towards that openness with relationships and non-monogamy? Anything that you can tell us kind of quick that led to your decision there?
I'm leaning more towards non-monogamy just because I don't want to hold anybody back. I don't want anyone to ever feel like being with me is a sacrifice or being in a relationship is a sacrifice, that you can't be yourself or you have to change who you are or you can't observe other beauty around us. You know, I've been limited in relationships. I've been limited by other people and I don't want to feel that way anymore. So I feel like I'm open to an open relationship. I'm open to openness because I don't want to get hurt in the process either. I don't want to be blamed for that. And I know like people are going to be like, well, you just shouldn't be in a relationship to begin with. But as a human, you just crave connection. You can't help it. You crave connection, you crave love, you crave feeling, and we have these things that just come naturally to us. So for me, I've just been much more open-minded. Mind you, I'm still single. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not in an open relationship. But again, I don't want to be held back and I don't want anyone else to feel held back by me. Right. And if someone does have urges or things like that, or, you know, they're attracted to more than one person or they want variety, like I don't need to be hurt.
Okay.
So it's a little bit, I think, of a protective mechanism for me, but also just like you give what you get, right? So if like I don't want to be held back and I don't want to be persecuted for having guy friends or for having people in my DMs, or, you know, instead of having to like shut down my social media to appease a partner, I'd rather just have him be really confident in me and in himself.
It's a more free way to approach dating, right?
Yeah, without all these rules and all these restrictions. Mind you, you have to have some rules or else you're just single. But if you're going to be with someone, or if I'm going to take the time to invest in you and we're going to be in a relationship, yeah, there are going to be some rules. Yeah, there's going to be some things. But I'm open to a la carte the rules. I'm open to a la carting the relationship rules based off of their needs and based off of my needs.
Okay. I mean, there could be some jealousy involved in this case. You meet people, they get very in their feelings with regards to dating.
Yeah.
So do you think that jealousy should be eliminated or managed as best possible by other people?
I think managed, because jealousy is just feeling like you're not good enough or like you're going to lose that person. You know, it's feeling like somebody else is better than you. But if you're confident and you're like, I know my girl's not going to find anyone better than me, and who else would, you know, be this much fun, or who else would be this open, or who else would allow this, that, and the third. Like, I know my girl loves me and like we're locked in and we're solid. Like, it doesn't matter if Leonardo DiCaprio pulled up right now. Like, she's like, yeah, she may flirt with him, but she's coming home with me and like we have a life together. Yeah. I'm not intimidated by that. Who wouldn't be shocked by a celebrity, right? You have people being like, if your girl has a celebrity crush or a hall pass, you know what I mean? Like, she's not for you. Okay, that's some pretty harsh rules that go against like basic biology. That is that humans can acknowledge beauty and can see beautiful people and beautiful things. And like, I don't know, you just shouldn't be insecure about that. I think it all comes back down to like, if you're confident and you feel good about yourself, and you're confident in your partner and your partner's not an asshole.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's levels of disrespect.
Yeah.
I think that basic human attraction, all right, I think that we can keep that as like a science, but like blatant disrespect, yeah, that exists. You know, if I say like, hey, I'm uncomfortable with this, I would expect you to respect that, right? That's what a relationship is. It's a little bit of a push and pull, but like, I don't know. I can't say too much on it because I'm not in it, but I am open to it, and I'm open to it because of all of those reasons I just stated.
Okay. And as you get into something of that nature, are you more flexible? Or are you more like, hey, there's rules here, there's boundaries that have to be followed and applied?
I just don't live by rules in my own life. So I would want to make sure that if I got into a relationship with someone, I would want to know what their expectations are and what they want, because I don't want to hurt them either.
You know, I think a lot of people are looking for traditional relationships, traditional values, but we don't really live in traditional times anymore. Nothing about modern society is traditional. The fact that you need a 2-income household to survive, you know, in the 1950s, a man could have a regular job and afford a wife, house, kids, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
We live in very different times. People are more open to different things. So I get why people want tradition, but it's harder and harder to find in today's world. So
And they get mad, like, oh yeah, you want a trad wife, you want tradition, but like, can you provide? Can you traditionally provide? You know what I mean? Like, can you do all of those things? Because no matter what, like, I have to put on my big boy pants and go to work every day. And I have to think like a man, and I have to be business professional, and I have to do all of these things. And I'm just like, and then you expect me to be like soft girl, feminine beauty queen all the time. But I'm like, no, bitch, I'm dealing with real fucking problems and I'm dealing with real shit. And then it's like, I'm not going to come home from work and then go back and clean the entire house and have you do nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do this double, triple shift.
So you feel like you're forced to put on this masculine frame when you don't really want to at the end of the day. You had no choice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had no choice. I had to just take my life and my career, put it into my own hands and run with it and do my own. And I had to figure out how to do business. I think I told you guys that a year ago. I was like, I started a new business and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it because I have to, because no one's coming to save me. So
Nobody's going to come save any of us. At the end of the day, we all have to find a way to make it.
it's just like, yeah, I have to figure it out. If you're not paying my bills, then what am I supposed to do? Just sit at home and just wait for you to fucking come rescue me like some Disney Prince Charming shit that does not exist.
There you go.
That's not real. And then if I did want a man to provide for me and say I didn't live at, say I was just living at home and not working and was just, I was just a girl. I was just my father's daughter. Okay, great. Like, this isn't, like you said, back in the day where you're just like marrying off your kids. Like, no. It's a 2-person household to even survive.
Correct.
And then don't get mad at your wife for having to be a man and a woman. Don't get mad at your girl for having to go to work and coming home and being fucking annoyed.
Right.
The same way that like a man would come home and be frustrated and annoyed from work and have to deal with those emotions. And, you say like, leave your shit at the door before you come home. Well, that doesn't always happen. So like, don't get mad if your girl has some masculine energy because she's having to be a man every day in the workforce. And we can find everyone under the sun for why. Thank you, peanut butter. We can find everybody under the sun as to, why that is. And we can blame feminism and we can blame the economy and we can blame this and that. But at the end of the day, men and women are both having to work. If you don't want your girl to work because you want her to be more feminine and more girly, then don't be an asshole. You know what I mean? Then like, don't complain about working. Don't complain about providing. Don't be calling girls gold diggers, because to clean the house and take care of children is a full-time job. And I was a nanny for 15 years for poor families and wealthy families. And oh my God, it is still so much work. No matter how much money you have or don't have, it is so much fucking work.
Oh, yeah.
And to put it all on the woman after she comes home from working a full-time job is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. It is ridiculous. So this whole like gold digger thing, I'm so over that conversation because all of us are working. All of us are working.
I think this is why so many people are content with being single, because at the end of the day, you're working, making your own money. You want your freedom to live your life the way you want to enjoy it. And you don't want to be confined to some traditional confine that doesn't really apply to today's society.
Right.
A lot of people are single and they're okay with it.
Yeah, it doesn't really exist anymore like it was before. And that's why, as we wrap up, one of the last questions here I want to mention is, as far as dating and traditional dating, that traditional way of dating, not traditional where, you date, marry, serious relationship, marry someone, etc. Just dating itself. Traditional dating, people, hey, let's go out for dinner. You bring some flowers and chocolates to a woman and you try to wow her, have a great conversation. One thing leads to another. Is that type of dating at this point completely dead?
No, not at all. I think that's totally fair. I think that's still happening. I've been on some fantastic dates. I love getting flowers. It's kind of weird on the first date. I feel like it's no longer a first date thing. It's like you like a girl and you send them to her later after you get to know her, and then she can trust you to give her address. You know what I mean? Like, You've built enough trust. She can give her the address, and then you can send her
You have to give
flowers.
him a PO box.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be given PO boxes.
PO box.
But I do think traditional dating is beautiful, and I think that's really the way it should all start. I think that's a really nice thing, just to go to dinner and break some bread and meet somebody and get to know someone, and you can know right away if you like someone or if you want to see someone again. But as far as like the boundaries and the details of the relationship, I think that it's changed. And I think like you said, it's really hard to do traditional dating in this new world that we live in. It's just, it's just hard, and you're playing by a different set of rules. So either adapt or don't. And some people, I think you also you attract what you want as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, I'm really traditional, I want a traditional woman. Okay, great. Then that's what you'll get. You'll find someone who was raised in the Midwest, who has a certain way of living. I don't know if you're going to find that from someone who's grown up in New York City or grown up in LA. It's just your environment, and how you were raised.
It's a good point. I think certain parts of the country, you're definitely going to have an easier time finding a traditional husband or wife than, let's just say, New York City, LA,
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
It still exists in every place. I just feel like I'm no longer looking for this fairy tale. I feel like my story is so interesting and unique, and I feel like the way I meet people and how I meet people and whoever I end up with, if I even end up with a single person, I just, guys, I don't know. I really don't know. My focus right now is to take care of myself and my family as much as possible and become the best version of myself. And I know that that's going to attract someone who's perfect for me. God's going to bring me someone when the moment is right. I think I'm setting myself up for failure if I'm this is the type of guy I want to be with. I'm kind of as long as he's just as cool as me.
Yeah.
Then I think it'll be great. And I don't have a vision of what he should look like or how tall he should be or how much money he should make. I've completely just eliminated all of that. And I'm just open-minded to God bringing me the right person when the time is right. And it's one of those, I think you'll know.
That's good.
Very
It
well
seems
said.
like you're not completely closing out the door on monogamy. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, I'm not completely closing the door on monogamy. That would be a dream, a wonderful dream. I'm looking at some of these comments here. Sasha, who broke your heart and created this ambitious monster. Babe, you have to watch a couple episodes of the podcast, guys. And I definitely talk about it. Respect the hustle. I love it. It was nice meeting you guys too. And this guy says, get a guy from Subway.
That's funny. That's funny.
You guys are cute.
Get a $5 footlong.
Always fresh. Never frozen.
That's debatable.
Yeah, very
But-
much so. But yeah, guys, I'm open to it. I think everyone should keep an open mind. It's a crazy world out there, but if we just focus on building ourselves up in the best way we can, make sure you smell good, make sure you're going to the gym,
Smell good.
take care of yourself, guys. I'm telling you, and focus on making as much money as you can. Start a business or work really hard at your job, whatever it is that you're doing, and just be as healthy and as strong as you can be. You're going to attract good things naturally. That's just kind of the lay of the land, I think.
That's a great message. Great way to put it. And awesome. I guess we'll start to close up. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah.
Start to wrap up.
I don't have any closing statements. I had a great time talking with you today, Sasha. Thank you again for coming on. Go check out. You want to drop your links and website one more time?
Yeah, guys, come find me at sashaprendes.com. All things Sasha Prendes, SASHAPRENDES. Come find me on TikTok. We can talk fragrances and beauty and supplements and health and wellness and fashion. You guys can stream my music as well. I'm on every single music platform. You guys can stream all of my stuff. So thank you. Te amo.
We appreciate you guys watching. We thank Sasha for coming on as our special guest. I think 5th or 6th time. I can't even count anymore because it's every time is wonderful.
I'm a regular.
J-Dog,
fine.
yeah, J-Dog in the back. Shout out to you. Couldn't do it without you today, so thank you so much.
We love you, J-Dog. Thank
All the
you.
fragrances, we appreciate you setting it up for us. And yeah, guys, we leave you with that message that, take it one day at a time, explore, find a way to, see what your next steps are when it comes to dating. Don't completely close out monogamy, but don't just be hooked onto that itself.
It may not work for you, and you may find something else that works. And if you're just open to that, I just encourage everyone to be open to new structures, be open to new things, and always question things. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly. In 2026, be open to new ways of forming relationships and seeing how it goes, because some of the traditional ways may be going out the door pretty soon. So
yeah, it's a weird world out there, y'all.
It's a crazy world out there.
But just do your best and become the best version of you. And I promise you guys are going to be great. You're going to be okay.
Great words. Love it. Love it. So
I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and tell your friends because we're fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Sasha, for coming on. For Rob, I'm Nando. Peace out. Subscribe to the channel, the podcast guys. Peace. Awesome.
That was great.
That was awesome. That was really good.